Let's just get right to it, guys. Just wanted to share with you guys some more information about this revolutionary rideshare platform, blockchain powered rideshare platform called REVO Rideshare. Today, we're going to actually talk about really the number one problem with the rideshare industry. And, first of all, let me just give you guys a quick little synopsis of my story here. I am an entrepreneur. I've been entrepreneur for the last 30 years. And a blessing happened many years ago, several years ago. I heard about this thing called Uber. And next thing you know, I was like, okay, hey, while I'm doing my entrepreneurial endeavors, let me go ahead and do this rideshare thing to help keep some money flowing, gas in the tank, groceries in the house. Because come on, let's face it, as entrepreneurs, there's good times, bad times, there's feast and there's famine. So off and on over the years, I've been participating in the rideshare. I've tried a few different things. I mean, come on, well, a lot of us have tried the different things. I've definitely tried Uber, Lyft. I've never done DoorDash. I've never done Instacart, but I've done some delivery things. These are all kind of on the side, part time, just to kind of keep the bills paid and that kind of stuff. While my entrepreneurial endeavors may be doing well sometimes, may not be doing well sometimes. But I've always been off and on rideshare for the last several years. When Uber and Lyft first came out, I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago. Anyways, um, of course, we've all seen the disruption of the transportation industry through Lyft and Uber, especially. And we've seen these guys grow to be megalithic in the industry of transportation, disruptors of transportation, innovators of transportation. The whole rideshare concept is a relatively new thing, beyond taxi driving. And and a lot of people, maybe like myself, maybe you, maybe like me, we've all decided that, hey, you know what? A job or even sometimes a business alone is not enough. Especially if you live in California, which that's where I'm originally from. Now I'm a Texan. I'm a Texan now. But anyways, if you're from places like California, extremely high cost of living, and in order to live in California, a six-figure income is not enough anymore. If you're making less than a six-figure income, trying to pay your mortgage, your groceries, your kids activities, and all these kinds of things, it can be pretty exhaustive. And so you're working your 8 to 10 hours on the job, and that's not enough. That's pretty discouraging, especially after you've probably spent a lot of money on education, degrees, or vocation, some kind of specialized training, certification, licensing. All of these things are fantastical things, but cost of living is increasing. And I'm not telling you something you don't know. Hey, you got to go out there and do what they call a side hustle. Okay, a side hustle. And then this becomes the gig economy. The gig economy, guys. This is something in the last, 10 years, less than 10 years, 5, 6, 7 years, has become this super phenomenon. The gig economy. Um, I think Craigslist is probably responsible for that term, the gig economy. I remember years ago looking through Craigslist, there was like jobs and then there was gigs. And now gigs have turned into this major thing. There's all kind of apps and platforms and programs and everything about working with gigs, part-time, not necessarily long-term committed, sort of like an agreement between those looking for extra money and organizations or companies looking to hire people temporarily without the full blown benefits package kind of thing, but just enough work and just enough opportunity to help those people looking for the extra income kind of match up and do something. And obviously, rideshare has become the perfect example of that, except for the fact that over the years, rideshare and delivery platforms, food delivery and stuff like that, these companies have become megalithic, monolithic, whatever the term is, and now we see a lot of disgruntled gig workers, because they don't feel like they're getting paid what they're worth. Um, you don't see, a lot of times people are disgruntled because they're putting their time and energy, the wear and tear on their vehicles, and the companies that traditionally have done this, the disruptors in the marketplace, they have now become sort of like just like the corporate environment where they're seemingly taking more from the the participants, the drivers. They're taking more money from them, and they're expecting more activity from them, more performance from them. And now you have a lot of these guys that are, it used to be you could just work a little part time, make a good enough money, keep your esteem up, keep your pockets filled, with just enough. And then on the customer side, customers were like, "Hey, this is cool. It's worth the ride. I can pay a few bucks, get me to work, save me from a DUI, help me get my kids somewhere." All these kinds of things. All of this kind of community, sort of like, you know, community, harmony. It's been working just fine, but lately it's been a little problematic. How many lawsuits have uh, the main, um, I don't know, big name establishment, gig platforms or organizations, how many lawsuits have these guys gotten lately because they're breaking the law some kind of way? They're not treating their contractors properly. They're being sued, and this is what's going on in the industry right now. Okay. um, Me personally, I've seen it all happen. I go back to when Uber and Lyft were brand new, and I was kind of, I feel I was kind of like a pioneer. um, I remember starting in the Concord Walnut Creek area in California, and I remember no one was there. Nobody was ordering. I had to go to San Francisco, and San Francisco was booming. This was sort of like a pioneering city. As a matter of fact, that's where Uber and Lyft is headquartered, in San Francisco. And so I remember watching it go from nothing to huge, and now it's just sort of part of the world, part of existence. There's a Lyft and a Uber, get a ride. But again, just like Uber and Lyft came along to change a lot of the dynamics of transportation service. Obviously, the taxi service was an antiquated type of platform. It was desiring an upgrade, and Uber and Lyft came along and did that. And they made a lot of people happy. Of course, the taxi industry took a major hit. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to find really a taxi these days. I mean, maybe a few places, maybe at train stations, BART stations, local transportation stations, bus stations. And I think people that don't use rideshare platforms are really just holding out. uh, but because taxis are, it's kind of a dying industry. It's kind of old and antiquated. Now a phone, an app, um, a mobile device and an app, from a customer and a rider and a driver. It's so simple and everything. So this is sort of like the wave of the future. And I mean, it's here and now, and it's improving the way of the future. So at the end of the day, guys, just like Uber and Lyft came along and revolutionized transportation, uh, we also have a new player now in the marketplace, Revo Rideshare, revolutionary rideshare. These guys are bringing blockchain technology. I know some people probably don't know or understand what blockchain is, and hey, let's face it, some people probably think it's overrated. But at the end of the day, blockchain technology is the next level of technology advancement. As a matter of fact, there is a lot of blockchain stuff happening out in the world today. You just don't see it yet. It hasn't materialized yet in the mainstream, but don't worry, it will. But the great thing about blockchain technology is it's sort of like a digital secure accounting system. What blockchain allows to happen is for things to be confirmed digitally, and that way there's no question. And once it's on the blockchain, it's there forever. So there's no chance for things to be misconstrued or misunderstood or anything like that. So that's just sort of a simple way of looking at it. So here is a new platform coming to the marketplace with blockchain technology, blockchain powered rideshare. And the cool thing about what Revo is doing is they're solving so many problems with the rideshare industry, but more importantly, they're solving the number one problem. By the way, you can do this internationally. Okay, this company is coming to the world. All right. This blockchain powered rideshare platform is coming to the world. All right. So you gotta take a look at that. You gotta understand what that really means. Maybe you're an opportunist and you are looking to capitalize on the next trend. Maybe you want to be at the beginning. Imagine for some of you guys in San Francisco or San Francisco Bay Area or wherever you are, where you have seen rideshare dominate the transportation industry, and maybe you are looking to be in that place. If you could go back, how many of you, if you could go back to when you first heard about rideshare like Uber, what if you could have been the guy or gal that launched your that rideshare in your area? Okay, so like if you could have been the first one in San Francisco to start referring people to Uber in San Francisco, and now you look back years later and there's thousands of Uber drivers, Lyft drivers in San Francisco, literally thousands, if not tens of thousands. What if you could have been the one who referred all of those guys, and now you override or receive a percentage of all of that volume of fares that are happening in San Francisco? What if that could have been you? All right. So I think I just gave a little bit of a hint as to the number one problem with the rideshare industry. And let's break it down. The number one problem is you make money when you're driving, but when you're not driving, you don't make any money. Boom. There you go. That's the number one problem. Okay, above everything else, the number one problem: when you're driving, you're making money. When you're not driving, you're not making money. There you go, guys. I mean, gosh, dog, if we could solve that problem, if we could solve the problem of not making money when we're not driving, imagine what kind of explosive dynamics that would be. All right, because a lot of drivers, and I like I said, I drive off and on. I have for years. A lot of the problem is we kind of feel like, gosh, you know, the I want to go out, I want to make some extra money, put some extra cash in the pocket, but I've already worked the weekend, Friday night, Saturday night. Okay, I even gave up my Sundays. All right, here it comes Monday, and I got to drive again, right? Because hey, you know how it is, right? Because especially at nighttime. You know the money time. You're looking at your app. You're looking at when the high time is going to be. You're thinking, man, I got to get out there and make some money with this dang thing, right? But you've been working maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even Monday, and you think, man, I need to take a break. I need to take a day off. All right. And then you go, but dang, if I take a day off, I won't be making any money. Now, I know some of you guys do rideshare full time. Okay. So you kind of treat it like a job. I've never done it full time. I've only done it, kind of part time off and on. But I can relate. There have been times when something was coming up, a bill was due, okay, or I was in between predictable paychecks from my wife. Okay, my wife makes predictable paychecks. My paychecks are not so predictable all the time. So I'll go out and I'll ride share, and I'm looking for those predictable monies. Like, hey, I'll go out tonight. By the end of the night, I'll bring some money home. I can immediately transfer to my bank account. Okay, I know the deal. But the bottom line is that if I get tired, okay, you get a sore leg. You get a sore leg driving that ride share stuff. You get a sore leg putting 4 hours in, 5 hours in. Some of you guys that work full time, I don't even know how you do it. How you go out there and work 8 hours driving and that leg starts to get sore. I don't get how you do that. But the bottom line is that when you're ready to take a break, there's no money. What I love about Revo Rideshare, you refer people to the platform, whether it's a customer or a driver or a rider, and they have a part of the compensation plan where you can earn an override, if you will, on the volume of fares that your referrals earn. Okay, so you actually get to position yourself. It's kind of like multi-level marketing for rideshare. Okay. Now I know some of you guys are going to hear the term multi-level marketing and that's going to make you sick. But I know some of us out there, when we hear multi-level marketing rideshare, that is like, wow, that is awesome. Okay. So that's where we're going with Revo Rideshare. All right. So we have solved with Revo Rideshare the number one problem in the rideshare industry. When you don't drive, you don't make money. But with Revo Rideshare, because of the compensation platform, if you drive, you make money. And when you don't drive, you make money. The platform is free. There is no money that comes out of your pocket to join this thing. It's an easy sign up. We're not just looking for riders or drivers. We're looking for riders too. Okay. So some of you guys that are out there and you've been reliant, dependent on the rideshare platform. Okay. And you want to see an improved service. You want to see happier drivers. You want to see lower fares. You want to see some improvement in that whole dynamic there, then we're looking for you too. I'm going to end this presentation or this broadcast with a brief 2-minute video that I found on the internet. A brief 2-minute video. I'm not the creator of this video. The video actually came from another independent business owner. Okay. And so I'm using his video to kind of share more about the platform. But take a look at this video and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, start from the
Are
beginning.
your rideshare experiences leaving you feeling discouraged and dissatisfied? From excessive fees to non-transparent pay structures and drivers grappling with diminishing earnings, the rideshare industry can be a turbulent journey. But what if I told you there's a new player in town that's shaking up the game and putting the power back in your hands? Enter REVO, the future of ride-sharing that's all about empowering you. Say goodbye to the status quo and hello to a revolutionary decentralized platform that prioritizes fair pay for drivers and offers an enticing referral program that could boost your earnings to new heights. Drivers with REVO, your earnings are straightforward and transparent. You'll receive 100% of the fare minus just $1 per ride, along with keeping all your hard-earned tips. It's a no-nonsense approach to ensure you're fairly compensated for your valuable services. But that's not all. Let's talk about our lucrative referral program. By referring riders and drivers to REVO, you have the opportunity to earn significantly more money and redeemable tokens you can use to pay for your fare. Imagine earning 20 cents for every ride a referred driver completes and $1 for every ride a referred rider takes through the app. This is a game changer for increasing your income stream. Imagine paying for your fare with the reward tokens you receive when using the service with our reward program. Let's paint a picture of the potential. Envision referring 10 full-time drivers, each completing 20 rides a day. With 20 cents per ride, that adds up to $40 daily or $1,200 monthly in passive income. Add the $1 for referred riders and you're looking at over $7,000 per month in passive income. The earning possibilities are limitless. Join the rideshare revolution with REVO today, a new era of fair pay for drivers and lucrative referral opportunities. Don't miss out on this chance to boost your earnings and be part of a transformative movement in the rideshare industry. The future of ride-sharing is here. Seize it now.
All right, guys, there you go. I mean, if you didn't get excited about what you just heard in that quick 2-minute video, then someone needs to check your pulse. But also, I really feel like for so many people out there, we're all many of us are looking for ways to supersede the expense of life, and we're all open to the side gig, side hustle kind of world. And I just think this platform brings a whole new energy to that world. The side gig, side hustle, gig economy. This platform is revolutionizing that whole industry.